Okay, I wanted to do a quick video, sorry, excuse the bump, on some Cajun pickles that I make that people ask me all the time for pints of these. I got the recipe originally. There's a Catholic church around here that does a craft show every year, and this woman sells her pickles, and she gives out little samples, and they are phenomenal. Well, the church got a cookbook together, and she put her pickles recipe in there. And I made them the way she did it, but it didn't turn out tasting like I wanted them to taste or like we thought it would taste. So, fooled around with it a little bit. This is what I got. And this is our recipe that is world renowned. Sorry, my husband. He thinks because he's the man, he's immune to cleaning, cooking, and whatever. So you'll need a gallon of pickles, kosher dills. I use the spears and just cut them. I've never tried them with chips, so I'm not sure how they would work, but kosher dill pickles, cayenne pepper, some garlic, and then measuring cups and spoons, a knife, a big strainer, a cutting board, and I use a funnel just because it makes life easier. And let me get in here. I probably don't need it, but hey, why not? Okay. So first, go ahead and open the pickles and drain them. You can keep the juice if you want. I don't keep the juice. I don't have any use for it. The juice that's left over after they get done curing is the juice that I keep for like pickling eggs and stuff, just because it's got lots of flavor and it's always better. So dump them all out and drain them all. Like I said, if you want to keep the juice, by all means. And I don't even rinse the jar or anything. To the side. And then just take your pickles, and I look to make sure there's no yucky ends. And my chickens actually... Oh, I don't have a little bowl. My chickens like the pieces. And you can do them in pieces however you want. You can do big chunks. I cut them in half and do smaller chunks. You can see it's a little bit different. Not a whole lot, but we prefer that size. And you just do that to all of them. As if you want to keep them bigger, keep them bigger. Just because I have 3 little ones who love these. And then just cut them and put them right back into the jar. So let me get all these cut and in the jar, and I will be right back. Okay, I've got all of them cut and put back in the jar. You can see there's a little bit of juice on the bottom, so whatever collects on your cutting board, what I usually do is just take it with my knife and put it back in. I did forget to mention you're going to need quite a bit of sugar. It is a sweet and spicy pickle recipe, and I can't believe that I forgot to tell you sugar. The amount of garlic just kind of depends on your preference, what your family likes. If you don't like garlic, don't put any in. You can just have a sweet pickle recipe and no big deal. So, don't smash the garlic too much because you don't want it into a bunch of little bitty pieces all inside, because I love garlic, but I don't want to bite into a big raw chunk. So I can get it peeled. So I just cut it into chunks, kind of like not as big as the pickles, but just fairly good sized chunks. That way you can see it, and you can fish them out as you're making your pickles. So a good rough chop. And like I said, the amount of garlic depends on you and your family. We like the garlic. So we add quite a few. And the same goes with the cayenne. It's however spicy you want it. If you want it super spicy, add lots of cayenne. If you don't want it spicy at all, don't add any. If you want just a little, do what we do and add just a little. So my kids don't like spicy, but they'll eat these if they're not too spicy. So I put a little bit in because we like the spice, but we don't want it blazing hot. And you just add that right in. So let me get some more garlic chopped. I'll be right back. Okay. Yes, pickles! I got the garlic in. And again, it's just purely up to you. And the cayenne is up to you as well. However much you want, what you think your family will like, however spicy you think you're going to want it. And then you're going to need 2 pounds or 8 cups? 8 cups. Yes, of sugar. In here. It's gonna look kind of hard once you get it started. And you're gonna have to shake it around to get some of the sugar to settle. And the juices from the dill pickle will actually help start dissolving. No, baby, that's just the garlic peel, so you don't want any of that. Will help the sugar dissolve. So,
Mommy,
start doing that.
put that in the...
Yes, baby, it's just garlic.
Oh, we put it in the...
No. Oh, a tip. You get the little pieces like this from the inside, that they're too small and they're just a pain in the butt. Plant it. You'll have garlic in a while.
Mommy.
Yes, Wyatt. Would you like a pickle?
My poo.
Would you like a pickle? I know that's why you're here.
Yeah.
Let me get you one. All right, Pickle Monster, go on outside. Go play.
I'm so hungry.
Thank you, love.
Mommy, hold it.
All right.
It's really windy.
Yes, it is very windy today.
And it's big windy.
Big windy. All right, y'all count for me. I always lose count. All right, there's 4. Usually I have my husband come in. Yes, baby. My husband come in and start shaking the bejeebers out of it. And it helps it get to dissolve to make more room. And I'm going to see if I can't manage. And just to make another thing that I do, I take some saran wrap and put it over the top before I put my lid on. That way the sugar or anything that gets trapped up here, it's not going to rust the inside of your lid. And you can just push it back down. You don't have to worry about it getting everywhere and making a big mess. You hear it? You hear the sugar in there? Let the sugar come down.
Pickle too.
Yes.
And honey?
No, baby, I don't need any honey.
You need honey?
So there's 4.
Honey?
Would you please go put that back in the pantry?
Yeah.
Thank you. There's 5,
Honey.
6, 7. What, my love?
Honey and pigweed.
Thank you.
More.
8.
Make more.
Yeah. I know it seems like a lot of sugar, but you gotta remember these are dill pickles, and it's gonna look kind of funky as it's setting, as it's curing. But it takes 7 days. And on the first day, you get everything in. You turn it upside down. If you want to get everything shaken up, like I said, I usually... No, baby, thank you. I can do it. Thank you, my... Go play. Go play. I usually get my husband to shake it around and kind of get everything mixed. But if not, don't worry about it. Just upside down. Set it. Leave it. Tomorrow, at the same time, give it a little shake and flip it right side up. And you do it 7 times, 7 days. And when it's done, I said it's going to look kind of weird.
Mommy, we got what to you.
Oh, well, thank you. It'll look like that. You'll get to where it'll start to separate and the pickles will float, but they'll start to absorb all the sugar and all the juice. So these are ready. These have been sitting for almost 8 days. Make sure you try them. Oh, those are so good. And then I have to can them. So, coming over here. Only from experience, I know that it takes 5 jars, but I always do 6 just in case. It's going to need a water bath canner, so of course you're going to need your rings and lids and a funnel and debubbler and timer and all your stuff. You use what you have. I use a big Dutch oven pot to heat them because they have to be hot going into the jars, and then your water bath canner. So let me get all this going and my jars washed and sterilized, and I'll be back in a little bit. Okay. Usually I get 5 and I get 1 left over, but this time I guess we ate more than usual while I was trying to cut them before we cured them. So I only got 4 and I got about half left over. They've all been heated. I was going to show you the process with the last jar, but wound up not having quite enough pickles. You leave 1/2 inch headspace. Make sure that I use just plain vinegar and a little paper towel. Make sure that the rims are clean. Make sure all your jars are sterile. Then again, y'all know the process. Since these are not going in the canner, these will just go straight in the fridge. And I'm just going to put those in just like that. And those will probably be gone by tonight. With the leftover juice that I was telling you about, this is what I put in. I save all my great big jars. All of the jars that we use to make the pickles, I save. This I will put in a jar, and you can use it and boil some eggs and make pickled eggs. My husband loves those. And I also use the jars for, I have one that I use for sun tea. And I use it for like when I have leftover soups and stuff. Nobody wants to I don't want to put a great big pot of like leftover chili or broccoli cheddar soup or something. And I've got a lot left over. I don't want to put a great big pot in the fridge. So I just keep these and put all the leftover soup in it. And you can just take a ladle right in and serve you up some soup. And it makes it easier inside the fridge. It doesn't take up as much room. So now that this is going to go inside the jar that we have for pickled eggs. Put my lids out of the way. Okay. So now that this has started boiling, this is my pressure canner that I have taken my pressure gauges off of, and it doubles as a water bath canner. So now that it has started boiling and bubbling, I'm going to put the lid on, allow it to come to a full boil, and process it for 10 minutes. Sometimes I do an extra minute just for precaution. And I will show you extra jar, poor thing. When it all comes out, so just let that process, and I'll see you in a minute. Okay, now that it has 10 minutes, actually I did it for 11 just because I always do. Go ahead and take the lid off. Make sure you always do it away from you because it's super hot and steamy and nobody wants that in their face. Please don't do that. Alright. Surprise! I think we ate too many because I didn't get very many last time. So, you can see they're done. Put them on a drying cloth. Allow them to seal.
Mommy, I'm going to turn on the light.
Okay. Usually you get more, but I guess that's what happens when you snack.
And I can put your light on.
Alright. And there they are. Oh, they're already starting. There's two.
No, it's see.
Okay. So there they are. I always use a beach towel down on the counter. That way whenever I get done from the stove and I have like my hot pots that have either jelly or whatever in them, I can just put them straight over here because it's easier to have your jelly and then ladle it into the jars, have your jars, and then put them straight into the canner. So it all goes one smooth process. And two, you can see I got dirt like or the sugar from the pickles and stuff on there. Just makes cleanup. You just throw it in the washer and it's done. So this is what I use for my jams and jellies, anything that I can. It saves everything from getting super dirty. Like I said, just pick it up, throw it in the washer. And it works as a hot pad for me to put my pans on. So there's the pickles. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you make them. I know you'll love them. See you next time.